Hello, my friends, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we are going to talk about Monster Train 2, a deck builder roguelike. And I'm just be upfront with this at the very beginning. Tonight I learned I do not like deck builder roguelikes. I'm not a really fan of roguelikes. I'm not a fan of deck builders. And when you put them together, I'm just not a fan. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. It just means that it's not really a game for me. And part of doing this demo thing is really learning more about what I like and I don't like without having to spend money, which really not a bad idea, realistically. Now, I will say that it's, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just not a game I like. I'm sure that people who like deck builders and people who like roguelikes will enjoy the game. Because overall, it ran pretty well. There were a few gripes I had that are probably more related to the type of game it is than it has to do with the design of the game itself. But let's take a look at how they describe themselves. Monster Train returns with all new clans, new enemy factions, new challenges, new modes, and more. Defend your pirate in the classic 3-tiered vertical gameplay that made the original roguelike deck builder a hit. And that's where I knew I kind of probably wasn't going to like the game, but apparently they got 100,000 wish lists about this game. Powerful beings known as Titans have seized control of heaven. A makeshift alliance is formed between former angels and demons who must learn to work together against their common foe. Now you must command these clans, aboard newly forged trains, and embark on your journey through hell, heaven, and the abyss to defeat the Titans before they destroy this world. Chaos awaits beyond the gates. Powerful new clans and enemies. You're in command. Choose from a selection of 5 brand new clans, each with its own unique strengths and gameplay, to forge strategies fitting your personal playstyle. With 3 vertical levels to defend against dangerous new enemies, you'll need to recruit powerful new units, upgrade cards, and experiment to survive. Can you defeat the all-new and ultra-challenging Titans? New card types. Reach your deck's full build potential with all new room and equipment cards. Room cards add impressive boosts to your train, allowing you new strategic advantages over your foes. Equipment cards can be applied to units, giving them a variety of bonuses to aid you in battle. Dynamic features and depth. The Covenant Outpost is the bustling hub that you'll visit after each run. From here, you'll have access to Monster Train 2's core features, as well as experience character interactions that move the story forward. Pyre Hearts. Each Pyre Heart brings a unique functionality to gameplay. Unlocking them not only provides another way to customize your run before departing, but also plays a key role in advancing the story. Dimensional challenges. Ready for a new twist on your adventure? This mode offers handcrafted challenges, new mutators, and unique cosmetic rewards to be earned as you complete them. Train customization. Unlock new parts for your train and customize it to suit your personal style. The logbook. In addition to recording completion goals, the improved logbook also now includes new features such as enemy information, collection objectives, and more ways to compare your achievements against your friends. Daily challenges. Take on a new challenge every day with a hugely modified run featuring brand new mutators, as well as some returning old favorites. Compete globally and against friends, and climb the leaderboard with a skill-focused scoring system. Celestial Alcoves. The rapid expansion of the rail has attracted many new visitors to Hell. Encounter a wide variety of random events with exciting gameplay and maybe even a few surprises from outside of the Monster Train universe. Endless Mode. One of the most requested features by Monster Train players is here. Travel the rails with ever-increasing difficulty to test your skills and see how long you can survive. You can even compare your stats against your friends. Let's go ahead and look at the gameplay. So here's the demo, the opening. It's really very basic. Nothing particularly special to comment on. You start the game and it gives you kind of a basic story, catching you up on the events between Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter 2. Really kind of basic, just sort of giving you an idea of, I would guess, what you would call your main character, commander, whatever. And it does seem like an interesting enough story. I'm sure people who played Monster Train 1 understand more where it's going. But without spoiling too much of that, I figure we go ahead and take a look at the actual gameplay. Where, starting here in Limbo, there's a number of things you can look at. The cards in your deck, what they do, how much gold you have, your pyre health, the stuff that your heart cage or the thing that goes around your pyre has, any loot that you might have, various little stats that they do have a tooltip for each of, so you can get quite a bit of information before you even start the game without having to step heavily through tutorials, which is always nice in my opinion. But then you can go ahead and get into battle. From what I saw, every battle kind of started with its own little bit of a challenge, a special kind of effect state or something along those lines that they were introducing and explained to you at the beginning, which is always nice. And then, of course, you have the actual battle. It walks you through, you're protecting your pyre. Every time you start the game, you start the battles with the deployment phase, at which point you choose your characters. I apparently am an idiot and did not realize I would need to use all 3 levels, so I just put down some of my champions on the first. And for each floor, you could have 2 champions initially, and then you start your round and your enemies board the train. If you don't kill them immediately in that round, they move up to the next level, which I found weird. I understand it's probably part of the roguelike piece where every time you go in or every time you go through a run, you get enough to give yourself some bonuses and stuff on the next run. So eventually you should be reaching the point where you're killing them right off the bat. I don't know. It seems weird to me that they would run right by you into the next level. That kind of irritates me in a weird way that they do that. Then you get to choose some effect cards. Something like the Just Cause gives you Valor, which stacks and gives you armor at the end of a round. Then you have the Fire Starter over here, which causes fire damage and it has a stacking fire damage. The Spear Stewards, you can also see, would go up on other levels if you wanted to add them there. And then you start your battle and, obvious things, everybody hits each other. Healers heal, and at this point I was confused. It's like, well, how do I get rid of those guys? On the plus side, if they do reach the top, the pyre has some limited ability to protect itself. It will damage them, and if they run out of damage before your pyre is destroyed, then you get to move on. It's that easy. Then, of course, at the end of a battle, you have the opportunity to pick some new cards to go in your pack. I went with the Windblade and the Fireball, or Pyreball, sorry. And then you're on to the next section where you can, this is called Heaven's Gate. You have a choice between going to the magic merchant and the steel merchant, kind of weapons versus magic. Plus you get to choose new units on your way through. And so you finish that up and then you get to start a new battle. This one introduces you to the combat previews, which tells you how much you're going to lose throughout the entirety of the next round, as well as if anybody's going to die. And that's kind of neat. That is a nice effect to have. But, same thing. You go through and let them do their fights. And it is the demo, so if you lose, you get your score and everything, and they give you some stats. And then they tell you what the full game is going to include, which we've already read all that. So it sounds pretty okay, in my opinion, for this kind of game, if that's something you are interested in playing. They give you a little bit more dialogue, and then the train depot area kind of gives you an idea of what you might get to see in the full game, but obviously this is the demo, so you still don't have access to it. And then you can choose your next run to just go through on kind of a lower challenge. Then you can do the ranked, which probably doesn't matter right now for the demo. And finally, you can go ahead and set up your depart. There's, again, some things that you still can't access, like upgrading your proto heart cage and you changing your clans and that sort of thing. Stuff that you can get later when the full game is released. And there does appear to be some kind of randomization of events that you can come through as you're playing the game that allow you to upgrade certain things or change things on your cards, which can also be pretty cool, I think, if you're into that kind of thing. But yeah, for someone who is into this kind of game, I think it would be a great game. I am unfortunately not one of those people. It's kind of like Gug. Gug looked like a good game, but it wasn't a game for me. This looks like, for the people who like to play this kind of game, it does remind me of a mobile game personally. But if it's the type of game you're into, I think you're going to have fun with it. And that's the important thing. Would I try another roguelike deck builder after this? Maybe, if it had a demo and someone recommended it to me. I can't promise that the review will be any different than this one, though. But let me know what you guys think. Are you into roguelike deck builders? If you are, what have you played? Have you played the first Monster Train? If you have, what were your thoughts? Did you like the story? Are you excited to see the continuation in this one? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. If you really liked it, you can feel free to share it around, and I will catch you later.